Hey, tonight the Sounders have a chance to get back to the MLS Cup for the second year in a row, but first they'll have to make sure they get past the Houston Dynamo tonight. And joining us this morning, Garth Lagerwey. He is the Sounders president, general manager of soccer as well, and the Sounders have not lost at home, Garth, in a long, long time, 14 matches. And tonight you have a chance to get back and defend the Cup one more time, and by doing so at home. How exciting is that?
It is exciting. We got a big game tonight against Houston. Hopefully we can overcome them and take a literal chance to defend our Cup.
All right, we got to spell it out because sometimes we all get confused, even though those of us that have grown up watching the Sounders back in the 74, 75 seasons, way back in the day. You're up 2-0 in terms of aggregate goals. What do you have to do to get there tonight? Because I think people say, hey, if they win, they're in. But what must you do to get there?
Well, winning's still good, as you said. Tying's good in this case. You can lose by 1 goal. That's still good.
So you can lose 2-1, 1-0.
Yep. 3-2,
so a loss is a win.
4-3. Yep.
A loss is a win.
Yep.
All right.
If we lose 2-0, it goes to overtime, and 3-1 and some other 2-goal losses. If we lose by 2 goals, we're in a lot of trouble. Okay. Lose by 1 goal or fewer, hopefully you're going through.
It's not going to happen, though.
We hope not. We're going to do our best.
You're working on a shutout streak. Now, can I say that, or is that going to jinx it?
It's not like the no-hitter or anything like that. Like, you're allowed to talk about it.
I'm a hockey guy, too.
Yeah.
And if you say shutout in a hockey broadcast, people will lose their mind. All right? So, but I'm okay to say you're like 40 minutes away from setting a record, right?
You know, we've been a long time. I know it's a Sounders record already. I think it might be a Western Conference record. Maybe we're not quite at the MLS record. But, you know, it turns out guys like you and me, we can't actually influence what happens on the field. So we're allowed to talk about it on the set. You know what? But the guys on the field, they're still going to have to do it.
We don't have that kind of juice.
We can't do it. We think we do. We want it.
The biggest thing, now the cool thing, last year you guys won it, and you won it without Clint Dempsey, which, you know, is amazing in itself. We talk about our football team in town. They have so many injuries, and they have to try to overcome that next man up. And for you guys, next man up has truly been the case. No Stefan Frei, who's one of the best, if not the best, goalkeepers in the MLS against Houston in the first game. Tyler Miller came in and was fantastic. Now you've been playing for, what, a month, 2 months now without Jordan Morris, the homegrown product. Frei and Morris, any chance we see them tonight?
Both possible tonight. He's been out almost 3 months now, but he's made a great recovery. He's had a good week of training. Fingers crossed we can get him in to the game in some form or fashion tonight. Steph, we're I would say cautiously optimistic about. We'll see. He's a tough guy.
Come on, you can give us a little.
Those guys, I'll tell you this, those guys both went to Coach Schmetzer and said, I want to play. How about that?
And the great thing, too, and I think this is what we talk about Morris, he's a homegrown grown product. But to see a coach like Brian Schmetzer, you made a really tough decision last season. I know there's been no looking back. You defend the Cup. At the end of the day, to have a homegrown, local guy coaching a team to a second chance at an MLS Cup, so special.
Absolutely. And again, we got work to do tonight before we get to that second chance at defending the Cup. Look, Brian's been tremendous. He's been a tremendous fit for the organization, for the city, a guy who played for the Sounders that folks like you maybe watched growing up or played with his family. It sounded like we were talking in the green room.
I don't want to talk about that.
But no, he's an icon in Seattle, and he's really part of this community. And it's been so great. I think any good sports team embodies its fans and embraces its fans, and we're able to do that through Coach Schmetzer.
And you can do that tonight at home before about 50,000 people at CenturyLink Field and go for the back-to-back against Toronto coming up in a week or so. Thanks a lot, Garth. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.